my name is Lori McNeil, Master of Education student at Northwest Christian University. Over the next few minutes, we will be discussing technology and learning. Is it enabling or is it subverting? Hopefully, I will be giving you more information than you even realize was involved in technology and bringing us to the world of technology that exists today. In order to do this, we need to first take a look at history and really understand how far technology has come in such a short amount of time. There were, once upon a time, hieroglyphs and petroglyphs, and many of our scholars today are discovering these all over the world in order to grasp an understanding of the cultures and the communication that took place many years ago. Now, for those of you who don't know the difference, petroglyphs are actually pictorial designs carved into rock. Hieroglyphs are actually stylized pictures using words, sounds, and ideas in order to encapsulate a culture or a communication of telling a story. So that's the difference between the two. The interesting thing is, even years ago, cultures all over the world, specifically in Egypt and in Maya, were actually communicating using pictures. Now, in China, paper process was actually being developed about 2,100 years ago. The interesting thing is that all over the world, other countries were also beginning to develop some type of a paper process using leather, silk, bark, a variety of other different things found in nature. But in China specifically, they used really long bamboo sticks and then used leather straps or string to bind them together to make a book. What's really fascinating to me is to know the history of where paper came from and where books came from and how far they've developed into a book that we use in our classroom today. Much, much different and yet a lot of similarities. It's kind of interesting just to know the history of how far paper has come, which I believe that we do take advantage in our classrooms all over the world without even realizing it. Also such things as pencils. So the Industrial Revolution in the mid-1800s and 18th and 19th centuries, it also was a great time for inventions. And people all over the world were inventing amazing things using the genius in their minds and the technology available during those time periods. So things like the lightning rod, the spinning jenny, the steam engine, the cotton gin, the locomotive, all of those things are just a few examples of things that were developed during the Industrial Revolution that were integral parts to bringing us to the world of technology that we have today. So in 1794, Benjamin Franklin designed and invented the lightning rod. In 1764, James Hargreaves actually invented the spinning jenny. In 1770, James Watt invented the steam engine. Eli Whitney in 1794 invented the cotton gin. And a French inventor invented the locomotive named Nietzsche Nichapia. Very interesting people all over the world that have enabled us to continue along this evolutionary journey in technology. So I want you to keep that history in mind as we move forward and talk about the technology that we know of and use today. So just as the dot-coms were very, very integral in the 1990s, all of these inventions and all of these inventors were incredibly important in developing the World Wide Web, the internet, and technology that we use in our classrooms and that we may even use in our homes. So we're going to be talking now in the next few minutes about the importance of technology has in our classrooms today, as well as in the future. Mark Prensky is a current expert, researcher, and author on the idea of digital immigrants and digital natives. I actually first ran across Mark Prensky's work about 6 months ago in researching this whole idea of technology in the classroom. And what Prensky basically has researched is that a lot of our students in our classrooms today are born into the world of technology, therefore being digital natives. A lot of the teachers that are teaching these students are classified or defined as digital immigrants, meaning they were not born into the world of technology. So there's already a disconnect between understanding and communication between our teachers and the students. So it's very important that the students educate themselves and become familiar with the technology that these students use and know and are familiar with every day. So it's not just enough to say, what worked for me in school growing up is good enough for them. The world is very, very different. So Mark Prensky actually has some really great cutting-edge research on this and has written many articles and many books. And with a basic Google search, you would be able to find more information on his research with the insight that he has into this very, very fascinating world of technology. So Tim Berners-Lee, in December of 1990, actually completed the very first website, which then started this complete evolution of the internet as we know it. Teachers and students all over the world, through the World Wide Web, have an opportunity to make relationships very similar to what we as teachers used to teach our students in pen pal writing and writing letters in order to learn about different cultures and different students all over the world. Students now can send emails and make flyers and make designs and make send pictures and make brochures, and instantly, within seconds, someone in another part of the world can receive information from our students in our classrooms in the United States to China and Bangladesh and Indonesia and Russia and all these other countries within a few seconds, and then also receive information from other countries, having access to information faster, being able to learn a broader yet much more in-depth idea of what these students are experiencing in their classrooms, in their own cultures, and learning, getting more information faster. So the internet is absolutely a tool for basic emailing and information, basically pen paling for the digital age, which is a very, very fascinating concept if you haven't used that as a tool in your classroom already. In addition to that, teachers have access to all kinds of curriculum, teaching ideas, learning communities, forums where thousands and thousands of teachers from all over, not only the United States, but around the world, can share ideas, exchange different frustrations, get help on problematic issues that they're having, and really be that support network that teachers really, really need in the classroom. Face-to-face interactions through Skype and WebEx and different video educational platforms are all available for students and teachers. These are just a few ways that educational technology can be used in order to enhance the learning enterprise. In addition, cell phones, floppy disks, SD drives, the memory capacity has all increased. Smart boards, whiteboards, they've all replaced the basic chalkboard. I know that in a lot of classrooms today, technology is slowly replacing some of the basic chalk and chalkboards, and it's a good thing. There are a lot of schools, though, around the world that are still struggling with funding to get the technology that's needed to teach today's technology natives, digital natives. But it's also a lack of understanding on the school district and the school board and the teachers and the administrators as far as getting them all on the same page with the importance of technology. We really need to get everyone on the same page so that we can pull our resources together and get students the help that they need to be successful. We need to always remember that as educators, our job every single day is to equip students with the tools necessary to be successful in the world tomorrow. We not only want them to be successful in our classroom today, but we as educators are educating our students for technology and for a world that does not yet exist. That is a very, very tough responsibility and one that should not be taken lightly. Therefore, our own opinions of technology and the usefulness in the classroom really is irrelevant, because research proves that it is necessary in our classrooms. And so we need to take our own biases out of the situation and say, this is the world our students are living in. What can we do? What do we need to do in order to better equip them for the technology that they will need not only now, but in the future to be successful members of society? I hope that this little informational video has enlightened you, has intrigued you, has not only reignited the passion for technology in the classroom, but perhaps acted as a catalyst for you to try a new piece of technology in your classroom. I just encourage you to not be afraid of technology. If you're not used to it and fear is part of what's been holding you back, I just encourage you to take a class, get some help, spend a little bit of time figuring things out, and just see the eyes and your students light up when you embrace technology and when you connect with them on their level in their world in a way that they are able to learn best and understand best. Hopefully this has been informative. Thank you so much for watching.